Some heartbreaking news from Carteret County. Another death is being reported after a man tries to rescue two swimmers on Atlantic Beach. This comes exactly 1 week after a teenager drowned in Emerald Isle. Now, today's incident happened just before 11 this morning. Authorities tell us a 56-year-old man drowned after going into cardiac arrest while attempting to save two teenage girls from a rip current. The three were rescued from an unguarded beach near the Henderson Avenue public beach access. One girl was transported to a local hospital but is expected to be okay. Now, this all happened just after last Saturday when a 17-year-old Elijah Hennett of Goldsboro went missing after getting caught up in a rip current. His body was found about 2 days later. Now, his friend, 16-year-old Tyrese Worsley, also of Goldsboro, was rescued and transported to Vidant Medical Center. He was last reported in critical condition. Now, there is an active warning along the Crystal Coast. The National Weather Service issued a high threat of rip currents, and it runs through tonight. Now, it's reporting 2 to 3 foot swells that are creating dangerous conditions. So if you're headed to the beach this weekend, authorities want you to be aware of all those dangers. WNCT's Connor Kick joins us live in Atlantic Beach. And Connor, officials say, if anything, all these recent reports of drownings.
If anything, officials want to stress for people to pay attention to these warnings. Now, every morning, specifically here in Atlantic Beach, the lifeguards report back to the fire department with the current rip currents, whether it's in a 3-tier system, essentially. So basically, if there's a green flag flying at any lifeguard stand, that means you're good to go. You can go into the water. If there's a yellow flag, it means use caution. They're seeing a little bit more strong rip currents than usual. And if the flag is red, they highly recommend that you do not get into the water. Now, today, the current flag was red when the man attempted to save those two teenagers when he went into the ocean to rescue them. And the man ended up getting dragged into the current himself, which ultimately led to his drowning. And this has just been a string of rip current related deaths happening this year.
If you've got high rollers coming in and large breakers, they look like they're a lot of fun to swim in, but they can be very dangerous themselves. And then added on to that, if you get caught in a rip current, plus the breakers, plus the longshore current, you get in a very bad situation. You can't swim against it, and the best advice I can give is to let it take you.
If you're unsure of what the rip current situation is, you can always call the Atlantic Beach Fire Department and they'll tell you what the risk is. Now, officials cannot stress enough that when there is a red flag out, do not go in the water. I talked to the captain of the Atlantic Beach Fire Department today, and he said that he's even seen experienced swimmers struggle in these waters. Live in Atlantic Beach, Connor Kick, 9 on your side.